Hey, garden family, it's your girl Elisa, the Geeky Farmer. Hey, normally when I come on Facebook, it's to do something really lighthearted and fun and keep you guys posted on how I'm doing in the garden and things like that. But I wanted to take a moment to talk about something really serious that's happening here. We know about the virus and that it's starting to spread. There's a couple of points I want to talk about and maybe some tips to help get us through this. Any of our family that's already part of the Greenhouse Lounge knows that one of Lead Farmer 73's passion is being prepared. And he's been trying to drum this home to everybody. And those of us who've heeded his message should be in a pretty good standing now. But I'm sure some that were like, well, I get to it when I get to it type of thing. And to be honest, there are some areas of the survival message that I did kind of put off. And that's kind of what's leading me to this message to you all, this chat. I've already been stocked up. I had stuff, but I wanted to just go and get more, because I knew that this was going to go much longer than just a week or two. We're probably talking about several weeks of needing to be in a quote unquote survival type mode. So I just wanted to kind of stock up on some more things. And at this point, I was able to get most of what I needed, but things like alcohol and hand sanitizer, they're not there. Bleach, getting low. Things like Lysol and Clorox wipes and things like that, gone. So knowing this and knowing that people are starting to prep, if you will, I don't want any of my garden family to be left out there. So some things that I want you to kind of keep in mind when trying to deal with this. One, if you haven't stocked up, go get what you can now. Go get it. While you are stocking up, think outside the box. Just because the name brand item isn't there doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So, for example, one thing that was brought up in the Greenhouse Lounge, if you can't find bleach, go to a pool store and get you some shock. Same thing, chlorine. If you are unable to find rubbing alcohol, go to the liquor store and get you some vodka. Same thing. Do you see where I'm going with this? Think outside the box because why I don't want to say uneducated, but well, yeah, uneducated people go out there and panic and look for things. You can be quietly going to other places and finding excellent substitutes. Some other things to keep in mind, the next things that are going to go would be food products. Again, if we're going to get to a point where we're going to have to work from home, live from home, stay at home, you're going to need to be stocked. So people are going to start panicking and grabbing the bread and grabbing canned foods and things like that. So part of the blessing of being a gardener is that hopefully by now your garden is getting started. If it's not already producing, it will be in a few weeks. So you have your fresh vegetables and things like that. So some of your fruit trees, if you have fruit trees, are going to start producing. So at least you have something to sustain your family that way. But as far as being able to stock up before you get to those places, to those points, you can start getting some vegetables from the stores and start canning them, get them on your shelves. You can not worry about people raiding the bread aisles if you get big bags of flour and salt and sugar and yeast. As long as you have a way to produce heat You can make your own bread, okay? I mean, these are arts that have been lost, and I think it's time for us to kind of get back to it, to one, help quell the panic that a lot of people fear, because when people panic, they tend to be irrational, and when you're irrational, you may do things that you regret later. So not only think ahead, think outside the box. So again, make your own bread. Start canning your own stuff with the vegetables that you find in the store, because most people are going to start going for the canned goods and dry goods. So yeah, as far as getting your dry goods, now's the time to get them. They haven't got to the point of panicking to that level yet, at least not here. But yeah, start getting your big bags of rice, big bags of flour, and sugar, like I mentioned before. Make sure you have your salt. Some other things to keep in mind, based on what I'm reading, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but this virus that's going around is no worse or no better than the flu. And what I mean by that is, even though there's no shot for it yet, it still will behave in the body the way that a flu type of virus would behave. And so that if your immune system is compromised, just like the flu, it could probably kill you. Whereas if you have a stronger immune system, well, you may be kind of not feel well for a while, you can knock it out and inoculate your own self. So I say that to say this. In order to keep your immune system healthy, you have to eat well. Now, you have to develop a good gut flora now. So things like sauerkraut, pickles, yogurt, stock up on those kind of things, or again, get the basics that actually can make that so you can have it and make it yourself if you can. But any kind of fermented type of food will help build up the gut flora that will help keep you healthy, that if you do, God forbid, contract the virus or already have it and don't even know it, your immune system will be able to fight back. Okay, so the other thing as well is water. Make sure you have water. If you don't want to go buy water, which is probably a good thing, go to Lowe's, get you some buckets, make sure they're food grade, or go somewhere and get food grade buckets with lids. Fill those puppies up yourself, drop a little bit of iodine or chlorine in them, just a little bit, to make sure nothing grows, and make your own buckets of water. You can live a little while without food. You can't live too long without water. So if you don't want to filter or chlorinate your water, again, just go ahead, bucket it up, get you a stiller or water purifier. And Greenhouse Lounge gets that joke. But so you can distill your own water as you go along. So these are just a few things that, I wanted to pass along for anybody that's tuning into my channel. I want everybody to be healthy and to be safe and to be in a place where they have peace of mind that they can weather this storm. And that's all I got. If there's any other ideas that anybody has, share them, put them down in the comments so everybody else can see them. Let's do this together. Let's keep each other informed and encouraged. And if nothing else, we're just gonna, make wine and drink our way through this. All right, guys, I love you, and I wish you bountiful blessings, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye. Oh yeah, one more thing. When I was discussing gut flora, there was one thing I forgot to mention. Now would actually be a really good time to learn how to make kombucha. It's a fermented type of drink. and that is also good for your gut. Also, would be a good time to learn how to make beer and wine. You think I'm joking, but all of that stuff, anything that has a yeast type of product in it, it's good for your gut. So, yeah, go learn it. Go do it. Tell them the Geeky Farmer sent you. All right, guys.